Kelly, what's your overall feeling on the readiness level of your special teams units?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel good competition going on right now at punter between Sam and Landon, and then really good competition going on at snapper as well between Dalton and Cannon. But all four of those guys, I'd be very comfortable with any of those guys in the game. So it's going to go down to next Wednesday. We'll have our last practice before we get into our prep with Southern Illinois, and we'll name a starter after that. But yeah, it's tight. And then I feel really good with Will. He's had a great camp. I think he's missed one field goal. I think he's like 27 for 28 throughout all fall camp. Hit a number of field goals past 50 yards, so I think he's very confident right now, and so just excited to see him continue to progress. But yeah, as deep as a group as I've had, as far as just 6 guys and the talent that they have. So now I just got to put it all out on the field.
Parker and Keelan, your return guys?
Yeah, similar to what we had last year. Parker and Keelan, and then some other guys emerging as well. And I like Chase Roberts has done a really good job and come along, and then Pokai has come along and did a really good job too as well, one of the freshmen. And I would say those are the top 4 guys right there in the mix for punt returner and kick returner.
Is Sam a rugby style guy given his kind of?
Yeah, Sam can do it all. That's the thing that's great about Sam is he's obviously with his Australian background, that's what everybody's probably anticipating, the rugby stuff, but he can do everything. And even Landon as well. That's the thing. I think each of them of what their weaknesses were have now become, I think, not as good as their strengths, but pretty dang close. And that's the beauty of having a punter that can do all that. You can pocket punt, you can rugby punt, and then just the type of different kicks you can do, especially with Sam being an Australian and all the different types of spins that he can get on the ball and things like that. I think it's going to be hard for a punt return team to know exactly what we're doing. But the beauty of it, like I said, they got to get ready for everything. And so that's hopefully a little pressure that we can put on a punt return team so they're not putting as much pressure on us. But we'll see. And it's, like I said, a really close battle right now between both of them, and they both have their strengths and their weaknesses.
Do you have a 2-deep chart set yet at rush end?
No, I would say it's been pretty consistent through fall camp with Batty and Logan, and then I would say Logan or Zay, either one of those guys, I'd be completely fine with who the starter is there. They've competed really, really hard. I pulled them both aside last week after the scrimmage and just told them, I don't know who the starter is going to be, but you guys are both going to play a lot like you're a starter. So I'd say Batty and Zay and Logan are my top 3 guys, and then Bodie Schoonover's really solidified himself as the 4th guy for sure. I think those 4 guys are a little farther ahead than everybody else, but then Vil Pahua has come along, and Ephraim Asiata as well. So I'd say right now those are the top 6 guys.
We talked to Caleb. She was talking about going up against Batty. What are those battles like? Watching Tyler compete against
Caleb. Caleb's gotten a lot better. Coach Woods, I think, has done a great job with him, and you just see the progression from a year ago where Caleb was to now. And used to be Batty would get up and it would be automatic W, and now the competition, I'd say, it's pretty close to 50-50. And just I'm really happy to see the progression that Caleb has made, because it's made us better as DNs, but it's made our team better as well. And so he's a big sucker, man, to be able to get around a guy like that. That's hard to do, but I'm just really happy to see his progression and just ready to see what he's going to do on game day.
Ephraim's talked about wanting to bulk up and weight a little bit. Obviously, he's battling through some stuff in the past. Is there a weight you want him at to kind of compete at this level? Yeah, we need to get him, in that 210 to 215 range. I always compare it to like Fred, Warner, and Kyle Van Noy. When they played for me as freshmen here, they were in that 210 to 215 range. So we're working to get there, but man, he's a special athlete. And so I think even more a different athlete than those guys as far as just his change of direction and explosiveness. There's even another level with him there that's pretty impressive. So we're going to have to find a role for him somehow, some way to get on the field. But he'll be a special teams contributor, and just the kid loves football. And so the weight part will come. I think he's still trying to figure some things out nutritionally, but he's going to be fine, and we're not worried about that at all. Just the love that he has for the game, that's what fires me up, and just that special athlete that he is. What's the key to more havoc?
What's that again?
What's the key to more havoc?
The key to more havoc. Well, I just went over this with my guys yesterday. There's actually 7 things that are havoc. So there's sacks, there's TFLs, there's pass breakups, there's quarterback hurries, there's interceptions, there's fumble recoveries, and forced fumbles. So those 7 things is what the NCAA actually a statistical. Did you know that was a stat? Havoc.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do there, right? Dropping guys into coverage to get PBUs and affecting quarterback that way. But I think the havoc you're probably talking about is sacks and quarterback hurries. And
I was talking about those.
all those things, yeah. But, I mean, I think ultimately Batty was one of the top havoc players in the Big 12 last year. Now it's not just one guy. We need to have 3 or 4 other guys in the front that are creating that's as much havoc as he is, and so they got to complement each other. And we didn't really have that last year. We had like a one-trick pony that was really kind of doing everything. And so if we have pressure that Batty continues to do, along with our D tackles increasing their havoc, and then the rush in Zay or Logan, whoever ends up that being. But we got to just have 4 guys up front that are doing it rather than just one, and I think that's just going to really increase just the team havoc and that team result that we want.
Is there a percentage of plays you're hoping like we need?
No,
to be 50% havoc?
How we've always looked at it is in a game we want to hit the quarterback 10 times. So if we're hitting the quarterback 10 times in a game, that's either we're sacking them or hitting them.
A combination. Off his feet.
He is getting hit. Yeah, he is getting hit. That's a really good game. So that's probably the best metric of affecting the quarterback that we use. And it's pretty crazy. In the 5 games that we won last year, we hit that mark every time. So there you go. There's a stat for you.
7?
Yes. Yep. I think actually, I think Oklahoma State we might have been. I think we were 5-1 when we reached that. So.
And that went to OT.
Yeah, there you go.
Forgive me if this was asked.
Yeah.
But what difference have you seen in Will Farron this time compared to a year ago?
Just confident, and I think just familiar with everything that's going on. You know, a year ago he's new and trying to figure out just BYU and just how everything works here, the structure. But he's, I think he's very comfortable. His leadership position, I think, has really increased, which I've been really excited to see. He's really taken that. And taking that group to a whole nother level just in their preparation in the offseason too as well. Because last year he really wasn't in that position, being, you know, a guy that was really competing and didn't know if he'd have that leadership role. But I've been happy with the leadership that he's shown, and just the consistency that he's had this fall camp has been impressive. And so the confidence he has in himself, but more importantly, the confidence the team and the coaches have in him just through his preparation, I think it's a lot different than what it was a year ago.
Do you expect Ryan Rico to make the squad after his great performance over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to Landon about that. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it's hard to make a team as a punter or a kicker, but I think he's as good as, you know, NFL talented punter that I've ever coached. And so I just think with that, it's going to be right time, right place, and just if that team loves him, and it sounds like right now he's in a really good place.
It's too good with Lee and the Bengals.
I know, that's it goes together too good. Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it.